I'm gonna show you guys a pretty crazy way to make money from seemingly nothing. And I do just want to say before this starts that all these clips I'm about to show you were recorded just before the trading posts were linked. So trading things from one city to the other city doesn't make sense anymore. I just wanted to disclaim that before we begin. All right, so I got this idea. I'm going to try to sell baked goods. And I'm going to see how much money I can make and how little time I spend doing it. So I'm going to go on here. I'm going to take a look. And I'm going to start the timer when I do. And we're going to see how long it takes me and how much money I make by the end of this. I'll record every part of the way. And I'll do timers every time that I'm actually dealing with this part of making my money. Okay, so let's go. I'm going to look for eggs in all settlements. All right, Brightwood's pretty cheap. We'll buy 6. I'll track the numbers later by rewatching the video, so that way I don't have to think about it too hard. I just do rough estimates in my head right now. Then I'll buy another 16 right here. And eggs are very expensive on my server, but that's okay. We're gonna buy another 1, and then we're gonna buy another 25 at 25. And that's about it. I could buy more at Windsor. We're not gonna deal with that. And now with that is flour goes with eggs to make pasta. And it goes for 4.5, but what does corn go for? Corn goes for less. So we're going to buy that corn. We're going to buy that corn. And I think that might be enough to match our eggs. How many eggs do we have? We have 49 eggs. That's perfect. Now I'm going to throw on cooking gear if I can find it, which is going to slow me down a lot because my inventory is hell. Cooking gear, and do I have the cooking earrings on? I have the cooking earrings on. Okay. I don't think I have any of the cooking gear. If I do, actually I do have other cooking gear somewhere, but I cannot remember which piece it was, which is hell. This inventory management I have is absolute hell. Chef pants, there they are. Perfect. Okay. Now I get additional items with cooking. So let's go over here to flour and grain and corn, and I only want to put on 50. Let's put on 60, because I want to keep a little bit of corn in case I need it for a recipe at some point here. Right, with one of the cooking hubs of my server. And then we're going to make pasta, which 49 pasta, as much as we can make. And we got a bunch of extra pasta. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the map. Brightwood has a tier 5 kitchen. Everfall has a tier 5 kitchen. Evanscale does not. Monarchs does not. Windsor does not. First Light does not. Cutlass does not. Reekwater doesn't. We know non-weavers. Not there either. Morningdale does. Now, I don't know if I'll go to Morningdale to deal with this. Probably not. Since I'm not going there and it's not going to be convenient, I'm not dealing with it there. So we're going to take a look at the pasta market. Pasta. Selling for way too much. Okay, so we're going to go to our pasta that we made. We're going to split it between here and Everfall. So we're going to list 39 here for 3 days at slightly less than this person. So 72.14. 3-day listing. All right, I'm all done. I'm going to stop that stopwatch. All right, so now when I happen to go to Everfall later today, I'll pop open the recording and I will see how much time we spend there listing it. And then I will check again later and see if any of it sold. And we'll deal with that when we come to that point. Okay, so now I'm at Everfall, and I'm going to check the price of pasta. Let me start the timer, see how much time I spend doing this. So this is the other place with the tier 5 kitchen, the other place that might want to use pasta. So 55 is about the going rate. So I'm going to sell, if I can find my pasta, there it is, all 26 of it for 3 days. Because I might get undercut, I might have to relist. So we'll go with 52.71. That leaves a humongous profit margin. All right, and we're done. All right, stop the timer. We're at 3 minutes. So I'm just going to let this sit for the rest of the day. And I'll come back maybe in a few hours and maybe, undercut anyone who undercut me. Or maybe it'll be fine. I'll keep waiting and waiting. And I don't know, we'll just keep checking in on this. Okay, so I completely forgot the pasta for like 2 days. So let's start the timer and just check on our pasta. Let's see how it's doing. So, pasta. It looks like I sold a little bit at Brightwood, but not all, and I sold none at Everfall. They're going to expire today. I need to deal with those. Let's check the situation in Brightwood. And in Brightwood, I am basically number 1. I mean, those ones before me don't really matter. They're just selling one at a time. So I'll just leave that. I'll maybe relist once it expires. But in Everfall, it's looking like it's a lot cheaper now, at least a small amount. I'll probably just sit at 49.58. Is that what I'm gonna have it at? No, I have it at 50. Oh, it's not in Everfall. Wait, it is in Everfall. Did I not do Everfall? What's going on? Where am I? Am I blind? Is this not... Okay, so my auction might be bugged. So I'm probably gonna have to relist that just to be safe, because it says that my pasta is not on here, which is really weird. So when I'm there, I'll relist it. As for Brightwood, I'm just gonna let it expire and then relist it. But I can go ahead and stop the timer. I'm done checking on my pasta. If I can get my mouse to come off the game. Okay, there we go. And I will just deal with this next time I'm in Everfall. Other than that, I'm just chilling, and we'll just see if pasta sells eventually. So now I'm in Everfall. I just happen to be here for other reasons, like always. So I'm going to start the time. We're going to look at this pasta. So the pasta, if I remember this right, was bugged. I've never seen this before. So my pasta's not in there. So I'm going to cancel my pasta, and I'm going to relist for an undercut. Very weird, though. I've never seen this one before, but I guess there's a first time for everything. So 3 days, I'll put it for 48.72. And we'll list that up. All right, I'm going to stop the timer because I'm all done here. And I think the Brightwood one, if I remember right, I'm just going to leave it till it expires. So we'll see how this goes. Well, I didn't have time to show you guys in the auction. I was super busy and like the auctions expired. But I did snag this screenshot right before they expired to show you guys how many sold from those listings. Now, I sold enough at high enough prices that I'm going to call it right here. And we're going to see how much money I made. So I'm going to painstakingly go back through the video and try to figure out prices and how much I paid, how much I paid in listing fees, how much I made. I'm going to take it all, compile it into a text editor, and we're going to see how much I made in 4 minutes and 42 seconds of actually doing stuff. Okay, so here are the numbers. Now, things got a little weird because I had 2 listings of pasta going even before this experiment. So things got a little mixed up, but it all came out to around this. So eggs. I paid 1,205.17 coins for the eggs. 170 for the corn. I paid 121 in listing fees. In total, I paid 1,496 coins, 0.6 coins. For the sales, gross sales, I made 2,865.21 coins in Brightwood. In Everfall, I made 584.64 coins. In total, I got 3,449.85 coins of gross sales. So gross sales minus the expenses is 3,449 minus 1,496. That equals a 1,953 coin profit. So that brings our net profit to 1,953.25. But we're not done yet because I only worked for about 4 minutes or so. So we need to calculate how much did I average for my time spent, because I spent almost no time dealing with this process. So we go down to this. Time spent was 4 minutes and 42 seconds. Now you take an hour and divide it by 4.7 minutes, which if you take, so you take 60, which is a full minute. You take 42 and divide it by 60, it gives you 0.7. So 4 minutes and 42 seconds is 4.7 minutes. So we're going to take an hour and divide it by 4.7 then to find out how much we made per hour. So that number is 12.766. So we could have done this 12.766 times to make 1 hour of time spent doing this. Okay, so we're going to scroll down to this. So 12.766 times our net profit, which is 1,953.25, equals a net profit, like net hourly profit. Let's move that down a column. Net hourly profit equals 24,935.19 coins. So I only get to work a little bit a day doing this, but if you have enough things like this to do, you could spend like 30 minutes a day and make, you know, on average 30,000 coins a day on average per hour. 25,000 per hour on average for your time spent. Now, in this process, I think it took me 5 days to move all this pasta. I think it was 5 or 6 days to move all this, which was totally worth it. As you can see, I did almost nothing. I just made some pasta. I listed it for 7 days or 3 days or whatever. I relisted it once, let it sit, and my pasta moved. Now, this isn't the only item that you can do this with, but for today's experiment, we were doing this with pasta to see, can we make an absurd amount of money with no amount of time by making pasta and selling pasta? And the answer is a resounding yes. when I made this video, this market was so uncompetitive that you can just do this. Now, your server is going to be different. Some servers are going to make even more money. Some servers are going to make less money. On your server, pasta might sell for 30, but the eggs might sell for 5. So, there's going to be so many variables. But I would estimate that depending on your server, you can make between 5,000 and maybe 50,000 coins per hour. Now, 50,000 coins per hour will be a much slower thing because no one wants to buy them at scam prices. But if you hold out and take your time, then you could, in theory, on some servers get that. So either way, it's something that you could definitely consider adding to your daily arsenal of trading and cooking and processing and selling if you're one of those people who are trying to make money any way other than just, harvesting things and selling. But now you know a pretty phenomenal way to make some easy coins doing next to nothing in New World.